You might. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We are back. 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 Um, Let me see. We got anybody? Yeah, you can reshare it.
Gotcha.
Let me see here.
All right. All right, shared it. Shared it, man.
There
We
we
back.
go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. If you were in a previous live stream, it's the same live stream. We just had to make sure that we get the right title and the right thumbnail and everything like that. Yes, sir. We are already back, man. Boom, bada bing, bada
True.
boom.
We
Yes,
back, baby.
sir. Yes,
We
sir.
back. We
Okay,
back.
so all right, now that hey, let's get right into it, man. So on today's episode, man, as you can see from the titles, we are reacting to the Dolphins preseason game against the Bears. We are going to go ahead and have a conversation about Shedeur Sanders, and the hype around his first game. We're going to go ahead and talk about Travis Hunter and our favorite rookies that we've seen so far, and then we're going to do the NFC South preview, man. But before we get to all that, we got to get to this, man. So first things first, man. Let's attack this right here, baby. Browns. I'm saying Browns. Bears. Dolphins. 2024 tie. Rod. This is our first breakdown. And talk to me about being able to watch your team. What did you take away from this game? How did you feel about this game? And what were your overall thoughts and your overall assessment about this game that happened at 1 o'clock, sir?
Well, it was kind of nice that this was a game that came on at 1 o'clock because it really gave me that feel of football, right? So what we normally do. There's going to be a lot of new fans who haven't watched us before. What we normally do when we talk about the Dolphins, we talk about what went right, what went wrong, and what the fuck. WTF, I should say for YouTube. But look, man, listen, Herbie. When it comes to the Dolphins, it's I'll put it like this. When it comes to not just the Dolphins, but preseason in general, I think that no matter like whatever you came into the season thinking, preseason really is not going to do much to change that. So basically, the bar for the Dolphins is just preseason, right? Like if Tua were to come out and throw an 80-yard touchdown 2 plays in a row and score touchdowns, people would just say, "Oh, it's just preseason." Like that's how high you can get, and then from there you just go lower, right? So the way I look at preseason, this is just the evaluation period. We don't really know what these teams are really looking to do. They're trying testing things out. But look, when I was looking at the game against the Bears, obviously Caleb Williams didn't start. They started it with Tyson Badgett, right? But first and foremost, if we talk about what went right for the Dolphins, look, the front seven looked really good, man. I mean, in the first series that they played, they were completely dominant. They didn't allow the Bears to really get much going at all. I mean, the Bears started the game with 2 straight 3-and-outs, and then Willie Gay, Herbie, he's been a standout in camp. Like we've heard a ton about this guy. He is likely going to be the guy that starts right next to Jordan Brooks on our defense. And I was impressed, man. The way the guys were flying to the ball, the way they were able to confuse the quarterback. It's when you consider the fact that the secondary is going to be a huge question mark going into the season. It's nice to see that one of the known strengths of our team looks like they'll be capable of at least keeping us in games, which they've normally done in the past. So I'm looking forward to what they can do. Another thing, Herbie, that went right for this Dolphins team, the blocking on the offensive line. Um, we've been hearing all camp about how when we have all the starters together, how good the liners look, especially particular on the left side. And I gotta say, Herbie, I liked what I saw, Herbie, because I there were too many times last year where Devon Achan and Jalen Wright were just running into a brick wall. Like there were too many times where they would get the ball and they would just have to just try to make the line of scrimmage. And in this game, especially on the left side of the line, you saw holes opening up. On the Jalen Wright touchdown, Savanea did an excellent job on his pull, sealing that block and allowing him to take off, right? There was a lot of good I saw from some of the players we have on offensive line. And that's something that I gotta say is moving forward. That's definitely something that makes me a little happy, Herbie, because we need that. If there's anything that the Dolphins need to be able to do this season, Herbie, is to run the ball. We need to have a way of controlling the clock. We need to have a way of putting games away because we don't want our defense to be overexposed, especially in situations where they have to throw. Even with a good front seven that can apply pressure, if you don't know what you have in your cornerbacks, it could be a disaster and teams can get themselves right back in the game. So a running game is going to be super important, and it's nice to see that we'll be able to run the ball. Now I'll go to what I consider what went wrong, Herbie. Very first play of the game, we have an illegal formation penalty. Now, to some people, that doesn't sound like much, but to me, like y'all got to understand, and this was something that when I was reading in the joint practices, just irked me. The fact that we are 4 years in to the Mike McDaniel tenure, and we still have pre-snap issues. We still have, there weren't any snapping issues in this game, thank God. But Tua did bobble one of the snaps when he was handing it off. We had the illegal formation. It's just like, man, like when are we gonna learn? When are you guys gonna put this together, right? I heard about in the joint practices how they had a ton of false starts. It's just like it's the same old story, Herbie, and that's something that concerns the hell out of me because it's just like the little mistakes like that are like the teams that are disciplined in football give themselves the best chances, right? The worst thing you could do is shoot yourself in the foot and make things harder for yourself in a game of inches. And the Dolphins are just they're champions at that. You know what I mean? Another thing that I would say went wrong, I gotta say, outside of the starting offensive line, woo, boy, we ain't got nothing back there. Like I'm talking, man, and I'm gonna get to my last part of this, the quarterbacks, but I can't even blame the quarterbacks that much, man, because we don't have anything for depth, especially when you consider Andrew Myers got hurt, right? So the Dolphins have to figure something out before the end of camp. We got to find at least one or two other guys. We need some swing tackles. We need some guys that we can depend on for when we have some of our guys go down. Austin Jackson, he's not even going to be able to play until week 1, right? We've been rotating some guys in the offensive line. James Daniels recovering from injury. You know what I'm saying? So, the Dolphins have been careful with him. And then you have, Aaron Brewer as well. When we have our whole assortment on the line, Herbie, I think I feel pretty confident about him. But the depth on our offensive line is just not good. And even the receivers too, man. I mean, they made some good plays. Malik Washington and Taj Washington, the Washington brothers, they did all right. But, the problem that the Dolphins have, Herbie, and that they have to figure this out. They have to find a way to beat press coverage because whenever teams press our receivers and they disrupt the timing, it seems as if we get all out of sorts, right? And that's not just on the receivers. That's on Tua, McDaniel. That's on everybody involved, right? So that's something to kind of look into deeper. But ultimately, Herbie, I got to get to my WTF, man. And my WTF
I
is
gotta join you for this. I gotta join you for this. This
my,
is hilarious, bro.
my, my,
Wait. Let me set this up. Let me throw you that softball so you can knock that thing out the park. Rod, what is your WTF? Your first official WTF of the Miami Dolphins Sunday. What is it gonna be? Or should I say, who is it going to be, Rod?
bro. Listen, man. It's early.
It's early.
It's early. I gotta put it out there, Herbie. I gotta put it out there. To be fair, it's early, but
Early.
man, the backup quarterback situation is it possible it got worse?
It's incredible. It's incredible.
No, I
Do you
heard
know how embarrassing this is? One of our most watched shorts is us saying there's only way it could go up for the backup quarterback position. We made a video detailing the only way it could go is up. We were already in hell. I think I was wrong. I might have to delete that video. You can't have a weekend where I say I never want to see Tyler, I can't even remember his name. Skylar Thompson play football again, and then he go out and have an 87 Joe Montana preseason game, throw for 3 touchdowns.
Nah, but Herbie, here's the thing with Skylar Thompson. He's always he's the preseason MVP every year. That's his thing. Like the one thing you can depend on is for Skylar Thompson to come out and look like the second coming of Dan Marino in the preseason.
Fam.
I ain't surprised by that.
All right, fair enough. But what you can't do is be Quinn Ewers and go 5 for 18 in a preseason game against the second string. What? And have 2 fumbles? What? And then Zach Wilson gets sacked 4 times in 9 attempts? What? In preseason? Dudes are not even trying for real. Like, and that's the point that I'm gonna get to in our discussion when we come to Shedeur. You gotta actually watch these dudes, bro. There's 3 different speeds. There's preseason speed, there's the last game before the season preseason speed, and then actual game speed. That first game of preseason, dudes are half trying, dog. If you're not a rookie, you're not really trying, bro. If you're a pro, you're especially when it comes to the pass rush, them dudes is not really trying to get off the line like that, bro. And you still got sacked 4 times in 9 attempts.
No, Herbie. Let me tell you something, man. I'll even put it to you like this. I'm okay. As bad as Quinn Ewers' stat line looked, watching the game, watching him, at the very least, there were some things that could be fixed when it comes to Quinn Ewers. Like, there was some timing issues. He was off a little bit. But for the most part, like, you've seen
nerves. Yeah, you could tell he got nerves and stuff like that.
Yeah. He was like, I'm willing to give him a pass, Herbie, just because it looks like he's more of a fit for this offense than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson. Herbie, mes Zach Wilson, bro. Zach Wilson was throwing it. Zach Wilson had guys wide open, bro, and he threw the ball in the dirt like he was trying to skip a rock, skip a pebble in the pond, bro. Like, Zach, you're not here to make wishes, bro. You're here to play football, my boy. What are you doing? And it's just like, look, and the maddening thing about it is, Herbie, he was a second overall pick. Why? Because he had talent, right? And you saw it. You saw it on a couple of throws he made where you're just like, okay, you see that arm, you see that whip, you see that arm strength, but he has nothing up here, Herbie. There was too many times he dropped back and he was basically just a moving target. Like it's almost like he couldn't really register what he was looking at on the field. And Zach Quinn, it was his first ever game action, bro. You've been a pro in the league for years now, and this is what you got, dog. Like,
yeah, I think when it comes to Zach is clearly somebody who cannot be in a professional game. Like, he's somebody who could be he could be better in practice. He could be better in 1-on-1, 11-11. Oh. When it gets into the game, he's not a professional quarterback. We tried it with the Jets. We tried it with the Broncos. We tried it with who was he on the Bears? We tried it with every team.
He was on the Niners? Was he on the Niners? I think
maybe, I don't know. I know he's on the Miami Dolphins now, and I know that he needs to be off of the Miami Dolphins yesterday. All right. Ewers ain't got no real talent. Yeah, he did. Remember, he was a 5-star, and he was a 5-star. He got recruited. He was the number 1 recruit coming out, right? So I'm not gonna say he don't got no talent. It's just that.
Well, I mean, Dro, we drafted him 7th overall. It's not like
he was seventh round. Yeah,
I mean, my fault. 7th round.
Yeah, pick. So he's a 7th round pick, dog. Like, but he is talented. I don't want to take that away from him, but I don't know what it is. Maybe when you come into that locker room, if you are a backup quarterback, you get all your power stolen like it's the Monstars. Like, that's the trade. We give you a contract, you lose your powers. We give you a contract, you forget how to play quarterback. Like, that's what it got to be. Tyler Huntley, I know he came off his couch. He was significantly better as a backup with the Ravens. He played for the Miami Dolphins. Ass.
Teddy Bridgewater with the Saints.
He came over here. Ass. So I don't listen. Dro, don't talk to me about Arch Manning, right? That man played in 2 games, and the one game that he played against a good team, he couldn't wait to throw the ball away, right? So I don't know what he is, right? Like, I don't know what he is. He might be the next Peyton Manning. Who knows, right? But listen, we giving that man way too much credit. All right, we giving him way too much credit. We'll see.
You know what hurts me, Herbie? At the end of the day, I mean, look. Every team who has a starting quarterback, you know that if your starter goes down, most likely your season's over. But, like, for the Dolphins, like, we're so Tua or bust.
But they look functional. That's the thing. Yeah. That's the difference. They look functional.
Yeah.
Like, you can still run your offense for a couple games.
Like Taylor Browning for the Bengals doesn't look completely inept when he steps in for Burrow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are other backups who when they come in, everybody knows you're not going to get the same production from your backup as a starter, duh. But at least the other guys can run an offense. They got plays that work for them. But the Dolphins backups, man, they come in, Herbie, and it is at the very least, at least these niggas ain't gonna give people any false pretenses, unlike Skyler, who would fucking ball out in fucking preseason every year, and then in game action just could be a complete lemon. You know what I mean? But man, it was that was the most disheartening thing for me. It's just like if Tua goes down, we're so screwed again. So screwed, bro.
Just pay a backup, man. Like you have to pay a backup with this team specifically, with this quarterback that you have specifically. There is no guarantee that he's playing 17 games. You have to invest in a quality backup, dog. Like there are 52 other guys that are trying, and their season can't go to shit because there's an opportunity for Quinn Ewers to get in the game, or God forbid, Zach Wilson get in the game. Zach Wilson could not get in any games this season, bro.
Herbie, in a preseason game, this man was throwing balls in the dirt.
I will get on the turnpike myself, bro. I'll get on the turnpike, go south, go to the stadium, get off of the exit and say, put me in the game. Don't put Zach in, bro. Put me in the game. Like, he can't get in the game. All right?
No.
Like, by any means, Zach Wilson cannot get in any of these games, bro. That would be... If that man gets in the game because Tua got hurt, the podcast is over, bro. We done. Scrap the podcast. The podcast is done.
No, we got to change the name. We got to change the name.
We got to change the name, bro. Yes, he got paid to hang out on the sideline, bro. Go have a good hang out on South Beach, bro. Go to Live. Go to fucking Prime 112. We don't care, bro. Go to South Beach. Do whatever. Go to any freaking whatever, dog. We don't care. Do not get in the game, bro. Who was happy? Who was Zach Wilson? Man, Dro, I don't know what podcast you've been watching these past couple months, boy. You tripping. Now, we thought he was an upgrade from somebody who literally was on the couch last year in Tyler Huntley. I think I'm wrong. I'll be the first to admit I'm wrong. He might be worse. He might be worse.
He just might be worse, dog.
All right, man. Let's transition over, though. Let's transition over to something that is more interesting to talk about, just because none of these games really matter, especially when it comes to the Dolphins. So let's transition over there, man. Let's talk about the rookies, man, because this is why we watch preseason football. It's for the rookies. It's to see who these guys are, how they react to the game. Is the moment too big for them? Do they feel like they belong? That's what preseason is, for me at least. I'm not too much of a junkie where I need to watch the third string quarterback that might not make the roster. Like I'm not that deep in the trenches, bro. I'm here for the rookies, right? Give me one second. Man, sorry about that, guys. I'm a little under the weather, bro. So bear with me. Hold on. Got another one coming. So, Rod, you're going to probably have to do some heavy lifting, boy, because that thing is in my throat. Pause.
Big pause.
Big pause. All right, man. So, I want to say this. I want to say this out the front. I want to get this on the front end. I want Shedeur Sanders to be a great NFL quarterback. Because, one, we need more great NFL quarterbacks. And two, he's going to bring so much energy, so much discussion, and so much juice to the NFL for the next decade if he ends up being great. So I am rooting for Shedeur. I don't want how I approach this conversation to make it come off that I'm trying to rain on his parade. You feel me? However, y'all got to stop treating Shedeur like he a Make-A-Wish kid, man. Like, y'all have to stop treating this man like he is a Make-A-Wish kid, bro. Like, I have never in my life seen people overreact to a preseason game like this ever.
It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. Like, people are really, really going crazy about this, man. And here's the thing, Herbie. And I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, man. But here's the thing. Like, and this is just my opinion. Like for the people who might not have seen like our draft stuff, like I was putting Shedeur over Cam Ward when we were talking about the draft. I expected Shedeur to go in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like I expected like him to go top 10, and if he didn't go top 10, I expected him to go to the Steelers. So obviously when he fell, it was just like, come on, man, what the hell are y'all doing?
All right, hold
But
on. First of all, open mind. I don't even know who you are, bro. But you were the person that I don't like. You are the person I'm talking about. Let Shedeur cook.
a homie crashing
Who's
out.
not, who's not letting him cook? How am I not letting him cook? Like all I said is we're overreacting to a preseason game. You see, you can't even say that, Rod. You can't even say, "Hey, relax."
But
The same person. No, wait, Rod.
go ahead,
The
go ahead.
same person that you just seen us clown for the past 5 minutes in Zach Wilson. Go back and look at his preseason. They were talking about Zach Wilson having one of the greatest preseasons they've ever seen from a quarterback from PFF, ESPN, because he went crazy in preseason. And he became one of the worst quarterbacks we've ever seen. The preseason means nothing. That doesn't mean Shedeur is going to be bad. Doesn't mean he's going to be great. I just want to have a serious conversation about the preseason and what can we take and not take away from the situation. But God damn, I can't say that without being called a hater, bro. Oh my, it's gonna be a long season, Rod. It's gonna be a
But you know
long
what's
season,
crazy,
bro.
Irving? Like,
It's
what kills me about it? People keep saying, like, oh man, Shedeur was so impressive. And I'm thinking to myself, like, nah, he just looked like how he was supposed to look. Like to me, Shedeur didn't do nothing special. Like Shedeur came out. Okay, people talked about he didn't get a lot of reps with the ones and stuff like that. Okay, I hear you, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, this man was a first round talent, bro. How did you expect him to look in preseason? Like, how did you expect him to look? Like, the man he looked like how he was supposed to look, Herbie. He was accurate. He showed his poise. You know what I'm saying? He fit balls in the tight windows. He was making good decisions. He was late on some throws here. He was a little off, but you need reps for that. But like, I don't know, man. I just see the way everybody's like so like going crazy about it. Just like, bro, like just because listen, we know that the NFL had their own shit going on when nobody wanted to draft them. You know what I mean? Like whatever they had fucking going on behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, Herbie, like all the cheering that this man is getting, bro, for just a preseason performance where he was playing with, bro, the man was playing with backups against backups, man. Like, like you know what I mean? Like that's just and he looked like how he was supposed to look, Herbie. He is a first round talent at quarterback. So I don't know why everybody's like clapping their hands for this, bro.
open mind. Explain Cam Ward. Then Cam Ward played in one series. He only
He
played in one series,
he played
and
in two series. He played in two series, but
he played in 2 series, and
but
then
still.
one of them they got to the goal line and they ran the ball in, and they took him out of the game. That's why he didn't throw a touchdown. He got to the 1 yard line. Like bruh. He played in 2 series. Shedeur played a whole half. Shedeur had 23 passing
He
attempts.
played into the third quarter.
Played into the third quarter. You can't compare their stats. Like that's what I'm talking about. We gotta have a rational conversation. Again, I don't own any stock in Shedeur Sanders. I have no reason to see him fail or succeed. I gain nothing from it. I said on the front end, I want Shedeur to be great. I don't want him to be good. I want him to be great because that's more interesting people to talk about in football. Like this was I saw this, but I wasn't able to verify. But allegedly, this was the most watched preseason game of all time. If that's true, why would I want like I want more of that? It's fun.
Hold on. He said, hold on. Open Mind said something about refusing to acknowledge Cam Moore playing. But Open Mind, you got to understand though. Like, and this is just from my perspective watching preseason my whole life. I watched another Browns quarterback look amazing in the preseason before too. You want to know what his name was? His name was Brandon Weeden. That dude looked like a Pro Bowler in his preseason, and he didn't turn out to be good, right? Cam Ward, okay, he didn't light it up in his first preseason game, but it's preseason. Whether you play bad or good in preseason, we're gonna find out who you really are when the bullets are really like when there's live action. I'm not gonna go.
Okay, wait a minute. As soon as I put you on the spot, you made an excuse. What excuse? He played in 2 series. What's the excuse? If you can't understand the difference in that from a person playing in 2 series and a person playing in the 3 quarters of football, then this ain't the channel for you. You could slide, bro. Like I have conversations with people who understand football. I don't have conversations with Shedeur fans, and I don't have conversations with idiots. And you seem like you fall in the other two camps. so you can pack yourself up and get the hell out of here, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't got time for stupid football fans, bro.
But you know what? But you know what's crazy about all this is I think the sad, and this is not even just a football discussion. This is a discussion on everything. Like whatever happened to having nuanced discussion? Like
you
whatever
can't
happened
have
to
that.
people?
You can't have
Like,
that.
whatever happened to
You
like being able
have
to?
you
That's
just sorry to cut you off, Rob, but open mind is an example of the worst thing that's happened in sports. People who are dick riders. Like you can't have. Yeah, it ain't about. Yes, I'm insulting you, bro, because you are not looking to have a nuanced conversation. You're looking to be a dick rider. I ain't got time for dick riders, man. If you want to go dick ride Shedeur, bro, there's plenty of videos on YouTube. Just put it in YouTube. Shedeur fans who like to dick ride Shedeur. You'll find your people. We're not him. I'm sorry, bro. We're not him, dog. And let me get to you, Dro. Let me go ahead and because Dro, you saying some dope ass shit. Matter of fact, no, there was another one that you had right here. People wanted to see him do good because they tried him. It's more like rooting for somebody they act like wasn't a number one. That's facts. We understand why. We understand, one, he's black, so we understand his plight. Two, he's a part of the culture, so we feel connected to Shedeur on a much deeper level than just football, right? Like, we know he's one of them ones. We like the fact that he's braggadocious. We like the fact that he wears his culture on his sleeve. We like that he's unapologetically black. He's really one of us. He's not going to stop wearing chains for these white folks. So, of course, I want Shedeur to be good, bro. Like, why wouldn't I want Shedeur to be good? It doesn't make any sense. But I also have been watching football so long to know that you don't put any stock into preseason football. He did not win the Super Bowl, dog. This ain't
that's all it is.
this ain't
Like,
a playoff game,
you
dog.
know what? Hey, open mind. Let me say this, dog. Like, if this was like week 1 or something, like this was the first real game, I get you where you're coming from. But like, bro, this is preseason. Like, what we doing?
No,
Like,
and fam, I didn't call you a dick rider because you said let him cook. I called you a dick rider because you said explain to you Cam Ward and the difference why Cam Ward didn't throw 2 touchdowns. If you got to do that, then you just got to be a dick rider, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You're not here to have a serious football conversation. That's between you and yourself. We ain't got time for that. we ain't got time for that. Oh, you're right. We say the same thing. There's no stock in the preseason. So why? Where are you coming from? You not even making sense. You not even trying to be consistent now. You not even trying to be consistent at all. you kind of are, fam. I'm sorry.
you know, I ain't gonna hold you. You know what? I expect the Shedeur but the attack on Cam Ward, bro. I was like, damn,
Like
bro, like,
you could have said something about Jackson Dart. Like you put why you gotta put two bad bitches against each other, fam? Like, all right, open mind. Put like this. Next week, because forget all. You know what? We're a very inclusive podcast, right? And again, I'll do the right thing. I apologize for calling you idiot. That was out of line. We could invite you on the show. We'll have you on next week, fam. Like, we will invite you on next week. I will reach out to you. We gonna have you on, bro. But we do got a show. All right, back to the point at hand. I saw things about Shedeur that I like and I dislike, and it just showed who he was as a prospect. He is accurate. He has good timing. None of those things were like, we acknowledged that coming into the thing. What people had an issue with Shedeur was, one, his time to throw. Even if you watch the game, it still took a long time for him to get that ball off. And then two, his pocket mobility. He be trying to do too much. The skies that you saw him spin out of or get away from, he's not doing that against number one defenses, bro. They're faster. And then two, in the preseason, you're going to get actual coverage. Like, when you're in the preseason, guys, the only thing that they run in the preseason, they might blitz 1 or 2 times, but all they're doing is running Tampa 2. Soft Tampa 2, the whole game. So you know how to attack everything. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't put no stock in the preseason. None of it. It does not matter. It really doesn't matter. We're never gonna know who Shedeur Sanders is gonna be until he plays in an actual game. Now, if he actually gets to play in a game, who knows? That's gonna be between him and the Browns. He has a very hard climb to. He has a very hard hill to climb because he was a fifth round pick. Business matters. Finances matter. They're going to give Dylan Gabriel, whether he's better than Shedeur or not, more opportunities because they drafted Dylan Gabriel first. They're going to give Kenny Pickett more opportunities because they traded for Kenny Pickett. They're going to give Joe Flacco more opportunities because they signed Joe Flacco. He is the odd man out. The only thing he can do is keep balling in preseason to make it impossible for them to not keep him on the roster. That's it. That's it. Open mind, bro. You just gotta give it up, fam. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Like you gotta give it up, fam. Yes, man. You gotta give it up.
We had a comment from Eye to Eye that I wanted to address. Shout out to you, Eye to Eye. First time comment.
Go ahead, Rob.
It's
not the Super Bowl for Sanders, but it is a reaction to the handling and treatment that the Browns was basically signaling he was trash without saying it. So when it performs well, the Browns. Okay, guys, this is why it's hard to have any kind of conversation when it comes to Shedeur Sanders fans. The Browns drafted Shedeur Sanders, man. like, say what y'all want about him. They are one of 32 teams that actually did it. Once they drafted Shedeur Sanders, they had no reason to make his life harder than it needed to be. That doesn't make any sense. I get it. It sounds good, but what logic does it take to draft somebody, to use draft capital on a person, and then try to sabotage them? Why waste the draft capital? This idea that they were trying to make his life harder or not give him a fair chance actually reports in training camp. Reports from Mary Kay Abbott, who is the best beat reporter for the Cleveland Browns. She has said on numerous occasions that they have done everything to facilitate a great structure for Shedeur. They've actually given him more reps than a fourth quarterback on the depth chart would ever have. So we got to stop being emotional when it comes to this conversation, guys. Like,
the funny thing was, people kept talking about how limited his reps were, Herbie. But it's just like, well, if you're first of all, I don't even think most teams most teams don't have 3 quarterbacks, much less 4 competing actively. So of course he was going to have limited reps. You know what I mean? But all I was saying was, it's crazy because I didn't think I would come off as a hater, bro, because I like Shedeur. Like I said, I thought he was a first round pick. It's just, to me, like,
you thought he was better than Cam Ward, Rod.
I did. That's the crazy part. I'm the one who thought he was better than Cam Ward, and like that's the crazy. But here's the thing, Herbie. All I'm saying is, based on what I saw in his preseason debut, he was fine. Like he looked like how I expected him to look. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm hating on bro. He just looked like how I expected him to look. That's it. Simple as that.
He made great throws. He missed some throws. He showed that he made great plays if he was going against the ones, and he showed that if he was going against the ones, he would have got sacked, or he would have been blitzed, or he would have got hurried. Like, all of these things were true. It is just a preseason game. But y'all don't have to treat the nigga like he's a Make-A-Wish kid, bro. Like y'all, bro, if people could have their way, bro, they would have threw a parade for Shedeur Sanders after that game, dog. Like, I'm surprised I didn't see confetti fall out the fucking sky, dog. Like,
and the one thing I'll say though, Herbie, this one thing I'll say, bro, I think it would be hilarious if the Browns managed to luck into a great quarterback. I
want Shedeur to be.
It would be so hilarious.
I want Shedeur and I want Cam to be awesome. That'd mean more great black quarterbacks, bro. Like, duh. Why wouldn't I want that? What the hell? Like, but man, you cannot have. I didn't even think, bro. I thought we was gonna get this in the video, the comment section of the video. I didn't think they was coming for us during the live. Lord have mercy, man.
They out there, man. The
Man,
Shedeur,
woo, they
Shedeur
boys
pod.
was they was in that bit lurking, Rod, waiting to prowl pounce
Hey,
on
man.
us, man.
I just hope I had people behind me the way people behind Shedeur, bro.
Man, listen, bro.
Give me that support.
I'll pay for that. Where I sign that? Sign me up, man. All right, man. Let's move on to Travis Hunter, bro. So Travis Hunter had his debut against the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? So, now y'all really didn't like what I had to say. Y'all really not gonna like what I had to say now, man. Can we wrap this up, man? Can we
Man,
wrap
keep,
this
hey,
up,
man,
man?
keep that boy on offense, man. Keep that boy on offense,
Keep
man.
him on offense, keep him on defense, but keep him on something, bro. Like get. Oh my god, bro. Shitting on dude. Yes, all right, bro. Oh, God, bro, get this guy out of here, man. Get this guy out of here, man. Like you are emotional, fam. You are very emotional. I don't. You're a very emotional dude,
I don't
bro.
know, man. I mean, open mind. I mean, a hater. I mean, haters are
Ye-
really specific about their hate.
Yeah,
Man.
open mind. That is a hell of a particular name to use
Got you,
based
bro.
off of how you've been acting in this chat. Yeah, back to Travis. We got to pick a side, bro, because what was very apparent when it came to Travis Hunter was Travis Hunter is an elite athlete because he could play both. But individually, he's not an elite athlete. He's not an elite athlete if he was just a wide receiver, and he's not an elite athlete if he was just a cornerback. He's a very good cornerback, and he's a very, I would say, solid wide receiver, slot receiver. But what is that going to get you in the NFL? Like, my favorite quote from Floyd Mayweather when he was talking to Brian Kenny. Brian Kenny, the man of many things, the master of nothing. It is hard to be a master if you're not dedicating 100% to one craft. I just, I don't see where he's going to be killing NFL cornerbacks and then guarding Devontae Adams or guarding Justin Jefferson or guarding Jamar Chase in the same game. I just don't see it. Like, if you really look at Travis Hunter just by his measurables, he's 6'1", 180, and he ran a 4.4. Okay. That's great. That's not better than A.J. Brown as a receiver. That's not better than Jamar Chase as a receiver. That's not better than Justin Jefferson as a receiver. Like, that's not better than CeeDee Lamb as a receiver, right? Like, so he's not an elite athlete just as a receiver. And then if you've seen in that game where he missed a tackle, he's not really physical on defense. So can't we just put him on one side? Like, he could be good on both. I want him to be great at one, though. Wouldn't it be better for his career to be a great wide receiver or a great cornerback versus a guy that could do both? What do you think?
And here's the way I look at it too, Herbie. Especially when you look at how physical a sport the NFL is, bro. Like when you put him out there on both offense and you put him out there on defense as well, you're risking his health and the wear and tear. This is already for guys who just play one position. It's already risky to play that one position all season long. You're asking him to take reps on both sides of the ball, playing two different positions that are arguably the two most taxing positions on either side of the ball. Well, you could definitely cornerback on defense. It's one of the hardest things. But I think Herbie personally, I think Travis Hunter himself would benefit more from just, like you said, picking one side of the ball. You know what I mean? This was preseason. Obviously, we're not. Preseason is not going to tell you exactly what you're going to get from him on either side of the ball. And he had a quiet debut. Let's call it for what it was. Like he didn't do anything. He had a missed tackle on defense, and I saw him get shook a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And then and then on offense, he had a couple catches. He had one catch that got called back due to a penalty. But you could see the makings of something there, Herbie. But to put him in a position to where he's going to overexert himself on both sides of the ball, and you're going to have to, and this is a guy who you're likely going to end up paying a lot of money to. I just feel like that's kind of just a risky investment as opposed to making him master just one side of the ball. And maybe he's a receiver this year, or maybe they make him a cornerback and then they have packages on offense for him to where like maybe they insert him at the red zone, right? Maybe they could work out something like that. But for him to legitimately take a decent amount of snaps on both sides of the ball, to me, that sounds insane, to be honest with you.
All
In
right,
the NFL.
let me get this comment from Eye to Eye. Are you saying Travis is mid or trash at best? Hunter needs a couple of pounds on himself to be truly effective. There's a reason for lack of physical attributes. No, I am not saying he's mid or trash at all. If that's the perception that I projected, no, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, if we go down this road of him playing both sides, and he said that I want to play both sides, don't draft me if you don't intend me to play both sides. I'm saying that the best version of Travis Hunter that we're going to get is, in my opinion, going to be a mid player. Not saying he's a mid talent, but is he going to be an all pro at cornerback and then go be an all pro at wide receiver? No. Like, no. No. Like, you're never going to make me believe Travis Hunter is going to be a all pro wide receiver when you got guys. Like, think about this. The 10th best wide receiver in the NFL right now, the 10th, Amon St. Brown. Like, and he's doing it full time. And you telling me Travis Hunter is going to be better than Amon St. Brown as a part-time wide receiver? Like, you telling me he's going to be better than A.J. Brown? He's going to be better than T. Higgins? He's going to be better than all of these guys? Devontae Smith, who's dedicated his entire life to being a wide receiver, playing it half the time, and then on the other side, when it's already hard enough to play corner. How many great cornerbacks can you really name? You can name 3 great cornerbacks. Sauce Gardner, DJ Stingley, Derek Stingley, and Patrick Surtain 2. Or Patrick Surtain Jr. The second, whatever you want. Then you got your Trent McDuffies and
your AJ Terrells.
The AJ Terrells, and let's go down. These guys dedicated their life to playing cornerback at a professional level. You're telling me he's going to be an all-pro over them doing it half? Based off of what I've seen, like, I seen a 5th-round wide receiver make Travis Hunter almost hit the floor in a preseason game coming off the line. Yeah. A 5th-round wide receiver. That 5th-round wide receiver was better than almost anybody that Travis Hunter ever played in college because he played in the Big 12. He played at Colorado. He never played Alabama. He never played LSU. He never played Ohio State at any point in time in his career. So he never went against a Jeremiah Smith. The best player that you could have said that Travis Hunter went against in college as a cornerback was the 8th pick to the Panthers in this draft, Tedero McMillan. And go look at that game. Tedero McMillan gave him the business. So I see a great player if he decides to pick one side. I see a cute story if he plays both sides, but you're not, okay, it's a cute story, but is he going to be a great football player? Now, to the Jaguars, hey, fuck it. I get 2 players for the price of 1. Why not? Why not? I'll take it. But
got put Jack. Shout out to Jack, man.
Jack, man. Yo, let me get Jack in here, bro. The difference between college and NFL that these teams have no huddle. He's going to get enough rest. Yeah, you sound like one of those dudes that are praying and hoping, Jack. That ain't no, man. It ain't about the energy, right? It's not about the energy. It's about the details. It's about the details. It's about the physicality. You got to remember, he got hurt every year in college. You could just look at him. Like, when you're on an NFL football field, all that stuff you did in college, that it goes out the window because you ain't the best athlete no more. Like, look at him in that game, bruh. He tried to stop and cut dudes. Got tackled immediately.
No
didn't matter. No yak. He tried to hit a spin move on somebody, got tackled immediately. No yak. Yeah. Like, that's what made me realize. I'm like, oh, he isn't a superior athlete because he's a superior athlete like a Malik Neighbors. A Malik Neighbors got a rocket up his butt, bro. Mm-hmm. There's a difference when Malik Neighbors gets off the line. He explodes. That's a superior athlete. Brian Thomas Jr. explodes off the line. 6'3", 220, running a 4.35. So he's a better athlete than Travis Hunter on his team. Travis Hunter ain't even the best athlete on his team anymore. So I just want to temper the expectations because I think he could be a better football player, a Hall of Famer, if he sticks to one side. Rod said just put him at wide receiver. I think it's cornerback, bro. Personally,
I
preference,
mean,
but
listen, either he could play either or, Herbie, but I just think to myself, especially as a rookie, he's gonna be watching film on other teams' defenses, and then to the next day he's watching film on that same team's offense. Like how much can he cram? Like there's so much, like you said, there's so many details that you have to account for. That for me, like if he just played one side of the ball and then transitioned slowly into the other side of the ball as he goes on in his career, I think that would just make more sense. Because I don't even think it's necessarily like I don't think it's impossible for him to end up being a really great player on both sides of the ball. It's just to come into this NFL right now and to just right away, boom, boom, just to play both offense and defense. Like to me, that just seems like a lot. When you can just master one part of the craft and then over time they could work you in on the other side. That's just how I
yeah.
look at
And before we transition, dog, here we go, man. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes has enough time to throw back shoulder passes. Oh my god, dog. Oh god.
it. Hey, Josh
It's
Simmons
gonna
look
be
good now. Josh
this.
Simmons look good.
This is gonna be a long season, man. We got so much people that's on our head, bro. We got Shedeur fans on our head, bro. We got Cowboy fans on our head, bro. We got Chiefs Kingdom coming back, bro. And then we got the Eagles. This is gonna be a very, very, very long season, dog. This is gonna be a very,
Y'all
very long
welcome though,
season.
man.
Oh God. Oh, let me get this last comment from the homie Jack before we move on, bro. Granted, he needs 40 pounds on him. I don't think the preseason will be enough sample size needed to showcase his talent. I would rather him be a DB full time, but I think he can play both. Not at a high clip. I'm with you. I would rather him be a DB because I'll give you an example. That same play that he missed the tackle on, if you realize it, and this is me personally, right? Like I think he'd be a better DB, but you seen him backpedal, and then you see him cover like freaking 7 yards in 2 steps to put himself back into play to go make the tackle. Now, granted, he completely whiffed on the tackle, but it was the skill to backpedal and then
There, yeah.
immediately get there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're a DB to me. You're a DB,
True
dog. Go be
Blazer.
a DB.
What's
Go
up,
be a
man?
DB, bro.
What's
Go
true?
be a DB. Like you could be a special DB because his ball skills are second to none at DB. Like they're elite. Like that's how you're gonna make the Hall of Fame. And 40 pounds, he can't put on 40 pounds, bro. That frame, maybe 10. That boy got 10. That boy got 10. 40 pounds ain't coming. 40 pounds ain't coming, bro. All right, Rod. Who else was some of the rookie? We'll blitz through, but who else are some of your favorite rookies, man? Before we get on to the division preview.
Since we kind of went long on the first two segments, I'll be quick about it. Just a couple of guys that caught my eye when I was watching. I didn't get a chance to watch all the games, so I'm just gonna mention some guys that just caught my eye. I mentioned Josh Simmons for the Chiefs. He's looking good in his action, bro. He was stonewalling dudes, bro. Like one thing about the Chiefs, man, they know how to draft, man. They know how to
It's
draft.
so annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
Cam Ward, our homie Open Mind was he was about to crash out over us not criticizing Cam Ward. I don't even think I was criticizing Shedeur, but that's neither here nor there.
Criticizing
Um,
Cam Ward. What are
um,
you talking? The man had a touchdown drive. What are you talking about?
right,
Like,
yeah. Listen. He got off to a slow start. Like his first drive, okay, he got off to a slow start, but he rebounded. He completed 5 passes and led his team to a touchdown drive, which that's what you expect from a rookie, man. That's what you want to see from your number 1 overall pick, right? I this one might be a surprising one, but Ariante Ursary, who's on the Texans, he looks good. Listen, I want to see a guy like CJ Stroud succeed because when he was a rookie, he was one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. He was really fun to watch. And it's nice to see that they were able to find a replacement, at least for now, for Laramie Tunsil. Another guy, and this is a guy who, with all the talk on Shedeur and Cam Ward, Jackson Dart looked good. Like Jackson Dart looked good. Like the touchdown that he threw, that man was about to.
he had the best. He had the best out of all the
Yeah.
the QBs. He had the best throw. That was a.
That
I
touchdown was.
I not no pun intended, but that was a dart. It was a dart.
Yeah, it was a complete dart.
It was a dart.
It was a
For
complete
sure.
dart, man. It was a complete dart, So, and Abdul Carter too. I mean, when you can get a third of your pressures off of 6, this man had 2 pressures on 6 snaps, bro. Like that kid might be a problem, man.
Hey, bro. Like I
Abdul
told
might be a problem.
I told our homeboy, bro. Abdul Carter had Deion Dawkins booty shaking, nigga. Had that boy
Hey, that boy.
twerking. Had that boy twerking.
Hey,
I
man.
said, and you gotta, whoo, boy, that Giants D line is going to be a
Oh,
problemo.
yeah.
Oh my
There's
god,
gonna be a lot of teams. They're gonna surprise a lot of teams this year, bro. For
they are
sure.
going to be
They're gonna.
so ridiculous.
My
um,
the last two I have, just two quick ones. Travion Henderson,
I
very
was gonna
first.
name him too. I'm gonna name him too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
was
well,
pretty good.
I'll let you cover him then. And then my last one is Tramus for the for Washington. He's looking. There were some good reports coming on our camp about him, and then when I got to watch him in game action, I liked how he was looking, man. So those are some of
Uh,
the guys I got so far.
All right, so for me, like you said, Trey Henderson for the Patriots, bro, he was just super explosive, dog. So
Hmm.
I really really liked him. Tyler Warren looked good. Colston
Yes.
Loveland looked good, but the one that who was not, in my opinion, who did not look good at all, the guy I termed a used car salesman, bro, Mason Graham, dog. What? How is this man a fifth overall pick? How?
Yeah, he seemed kind of underwhelming.
Underwhelming is like, bro.
Underwhelming.
The amount of times that this he could not beat single coverage the whole game, bro. Like if he got doubled, it was a wrap. If they gave him single, it was a wrap. He didn't get off the line. He got pancaked. I'm like, you don't even look like a defensive tackle. Like you look like you're supposed to be on the other side of the ball. How were you the fifth overall pick?
Yeah.
How? So yeah, Mason Graham is the one for me, bro. I was very very underwhelmed, bro. So I got to go back and see how he's been doing in camp. But yeah. Shout out to Will Campbell too. He was having a really rough camp, but he was pretty good.
Yeah, in the game he was
Against
good.
he was pretty decent against the Commanders, bro. So all in all, man, I'm interested for this rookie class, man. It looks like it's gonna be a solid class. It looks like it has a lot of juice, right? A lot of juice, man. So all right, let's go ahead and blitz through the division and get up out of here, man. So we're gonna keep it short. Normally, because we went long, you feel me? You know, arguing with dick riders. We got we got to go ahead and blitz through the division, man. So we're doing the NFC South, man. So Rod, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out mines. I'll just knock out the Panthers and the Saints real quick because it's not too much to say, honestly, bro. So first, when it comes to the Saints, matter of fact, no. When it comes to matter of fact, no, I'll start with the Saints. I'll start with the Saints because I want to talk about Tyler Shaw too as another rookie, right? So when it comes to the Saints, I got three words: tank for Arch. That's the Saints. That's it. That's the season preview for the Saints. That's
Yo,
it.
they had a chance to draft Shedeur, bro. They had a chance. They could have saved themselves, dog. They could have saved themselves.
They didn't want to, and I'm gonna tell you why. Right? Like, and we all seen the highlights or the lowlights of Tyler Shaw looking absolutely terrible in camp. Now, granted, it's a bad look. If you actually read reports, he especially like last week he had a really good camp, and in this game that he played against the Chargers, he had a crazy 50-yard pass that was pretty good. So he's gotten better, but there, I don't know why they drafted Tyler Shaw. I really don't. It's clear that they are in tank mode. They have no future. They have no present. Like they really don't. They don't have a pass rush. Alvin Kamara is the only running back that they have, and he's always hurt. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have an offensive line. Like their best receiver has a concussion. Like there is no hope for this. So I don't even know why they drafted Tyler Shuck. I think they only drafted Tyler Shuck because they know that he was going to give them what they wanted, which is ability to go 1-15 this season, 1-16, dog. Like if you want to go 1-16, you draft Tyler Shuck, and that's what they did. They couldn't get Shedeur. Shedeur would have been too good. The plan is to get a quarterback. The plan is to be very, very bad. The Saints are going to be very, very, very bad, guys. Very bad. It was already the worst division of football. It's going to be even worse this season, bro. Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, I don't know what to really say. Their defense is still bad. Their offensive line is significantly improved. And it rests with Bryce Young. Basically, it's just Bryce Young. Like, who is Bryce Young going to be? The guy that got benched or the guy that we saw from week 8 on, right? Where he was the 6th ranked quarterback, ironically, which is crazy. right? Like, which is crazy. So, what I seen in the preseason, he already has that connection with Ted McMillan. That's all they needed really was somebody to win on the outside. Like, Xavier Legette was supposed to be that guy. He's too busy chasing raccoons. Adam Thielen is 36. He had no business being an outside receiver, so now he could be playing the slot where he's supposed to be. Xavier Legette could go to number two, which he needs to be, which is the number two receiver. They had a really good running game last year. They had a top six quarterback the second half of the season. If they can maintain it, they can't stop shit. They still won't be able to stop nothing. They had the worst defense in the league last year. They're gonna have the worst defense in the league last year again. I mean, this year again because they did nothing to address it. But they are going to be more competitive. It basically just rests on Bryce Young. We're in a position to completely rewrite how we talk about Bryce Young with this season. I'm super excited because even in that preseason game that I saw, like the quickness, the decisiveness, getting out of the pocket, throwing like that throw that he threw over the shoulder to Ted McMillan. I'm like, he's playing like he think he paying Manning. He playing with confidence like he really him. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the Bryce Young that I saw at Alabama that won a Heisman. That dude that really like the person that they called the Steph Curry of football. Like that's how we used to talk about Bryce Young. And I felt like I'm getting that, especially from this preseason game. So that is my short preview of the Panthers. Rod, go ahead, my guy. Who you want to start with?
I'll start with the Atlanta Falcons, man.
All right, go ahead, bro.
So when I was looking into the Atlanta Falcons, now look, we spoke about Michael Penix Jr. I believe, right? I think it's junior. I don't know why I want to say senior. But no, we spoke about Michael Penix when we did our quarterback tiers. And I liked a lot of what I saw of him, right? And we had a small sample size of what he could be, but from what I saw, I liked it, right? When you look at a guy, first of all, he has a cannon for an arm. We haven't seen him in preseason yet, but from dating back to last year, he had a cannon for an arm. He's a really accurate quarterback. He can anticipate, and he's also someone, and he's the type of quarterback I like, a guy who's going to attack downfield. He is not shy about trying to get chunk yardage and being aggressive. So I think when you add that to what the Falcons have, because here's the thing, the Falcons have probably one of the better assortment of weapons in the league when you consider the fact that you have Drake London, who was a receiver who caught 100 balls last year. He had damn near 1,300 yards and he had 9 touchdowns, right? That's top flight receiver, number one, 100%. You know what I'm saying? You have a solid number two in Darnell Mooney, who was 8 yards shy of 1,000 yards, right? You have Bijan Robinson, who was magnificent last year, and he has an opportunity to be, maybe he already is in the upper echelon of running backs, to be honest, man, because when you watch Bijan, like, there just really aren't too many other running backs who probably take over Bijan right now. Especially when you consider the fact the guy ran for almost 1,500 yards. He had 14 rushing touchdowns, and then he gives you another 60 catches with over 400 yards receiving. He is just a Swiss Army knife that just about any team would want. You look at the offensive line around him, right? Even though the Falcons, I believe, the Falcons are a little shaky at the center spot, but when you look at what they have at tackle, Jake Matthews, he's getting older, but Jake Matthews has also been one of the best left tackles in football, right? You look at McGarry, he was one of the better right tackles in football. You look at they lost Drew Dowman, so we're gonna see what happens with Ryan Newsel, right? But ultimately, and then you look at Chris Lindstrom, who's one of the best guards in the game. So you have the offensive line right there. You have a top flight receiver with a good number two, and then you have yourself a great running back. Now, Kyle Pitts, Falcons fans, you can speak to this more than me. Everybody's been waiting for Kyle Pitts to break out every year. Every year you hear the same. Oh, this is the year. This is the year we see more Kyle Pitts. You know what? Maybe Kyle Pitts is just who he is. You know what I mean? Like he's just one of those players who, in your mind, is just great in theory, and we just don't see it pan out. Maybe Michael Penix could be the one to change that. But I mentioned him last because to me, he's the last part of this equation for them offensively. But what the Falcons need, Herbie, the Falcons need their defense to be able to step it up for them. Since 2017, Herbie, the Falcons have finished in the top 20 in yards allowed only once. since 2017. So this is a team that has been struggling on defense over the years, and they have talent, right? They have AJ Terrell, who's one of the best cornerbacks in football. You have Jesse Bates, one of the best safeties in football. And what was really hurting the Falcons, Herbie, was their pass rush, right? And they addressed that this offseason, right? When you consider the fact that they signed Leonard Floyd, Leonard Floyd has had 44 pressures in like basically the past 5-6 seasons in a row. You look at they drafted Javon Walker and James Pierce, and they added some other guys in free agency, Herbie. And I would like to see the Falcons, if they can get their defense, their pass rush to a level to where it can actually help those guys in the secondary. The Falcons have an opportunity to win a division, Herbie. They have an opportunity. I think it'll be them competing with the Bucs at the top of that division. Now, the NFC South is not known as one of the strongest divisions in football, but I definitely see it's going to be the Falcons and the Bucs wrestling for the top, with the Panthers floating in there. The Panthers are the biggest wild card in that division. They could finish first or they could finish fourth. But I think, generally speaking, I think the Falcons, even if they don't win a division, I think they have a chance to make the playoffs in the NFC, because I do like what they have in Michael Penix. I do like what they have in terms of their offensive line and their weapons. And even though their defense, I don't expect their defense to be top 10 or anything, I think their defense can be improved enough to where it'll give them. I mean, this was a team that started off fast last year, right? And really what tanked them was the performance of Kirk Cousins. But you have a young quarterback with a lot of talent who, with the talent that he has around him, I think can do some real damage. So Falcons fans, I regardless of whether you guys win the division, I think you'll at least make the wild card, in my opinion. Which leads me, I guess, to my next team. Might as well get to it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What can I say about the Bucs? This is what I'm going to say about the Bucs, y'all, because I don't have too much to say about the Bucs, other than the fact that I think, as of right now, until the Falcons or the Panthers prove that they could uprise, and I think the Bucs are going to run it back for the division again. Now, I think they might have some problems early, right? Because Tristan Wirfs, who's one of the best left tackles in football, he's been replaced by Charlie Heck. And as a person who has watched bad offensive line play ruin my teams for years and years and years, as great as Baker played last year, that can make a difference, right? What could also make a difference is the coaching change. Now, granted, Baker for the past 2 years has had two different offensive coordinators, right? He had Liam Cohen last year, who is now the coach for the Jaguars, and then I think maybe it was Canales that was the coach before. It escapes me right now. But now Baker's going to be on his third offensive coordinator in 3 years, but he still has one of the best wide receiver rooms, man. They got Mike Evans, bro, who's the old reliable. They got Chris Godwin back, who is coming off an injury, so we don't know exactly what he's gonna do. They drafted Emeka Egbuka, and they have a solid tight end in Cade Otton. So I expect the offense to kind of get back to to be what it was, especially in the passing game. Bucky Irving was a beast. He's running it back, right? Rashad White had a groin injury, so I don't know exactly the timetable on him coming back. He was a pivotal part of their offense, but they still got Bucky Irving going, so that's going to help them out. And of course, you got Baker, who threw 41 touchdowns last year. So when you consider the experience that they have as a team, when you consider the potency of what they can do on offense with the talent that they have, I think the Bucs are going to be primed to be basically in the same position that they've been. Defensively is where they leave a lot to be desired a little bit, I think. They still got Vita Vea, and they drafted some corners, right? They drafted Benjamin Morrison, they drafted Jacob Parrish to help shore up that secondary. So, they definitely tried to make some moves. I think they went out and got Hassan Reddick. And listen, unlike last season where Hassan Reddick was holding out and he came back out of shape, the Bucs will actually have an opportunity to have a fully conditioned, a more ready Hassan Reddick. And I think that'll definitely help make a difference for their pass rush. This was a team that had the third highest blitz rate last season. So obviously they want to be able to put more natural pressure against teams and not have to put their secondary in compromising positions. So we'll see what the Bucs do there, man. But between them and the Falcons, I do right now give the Bucks the slight edge. I mean, this will be a one-game difference type of thing. It's going to be them and the Falcons. Wouldn't shock me if the Falcons win the division. Wouldn't shock me if the Panthers do it.
I
They're
ain't
the
gonna
Bulls
lie.
wild.
It would absolutely shock me if the Falcons won the division, man. I think it's gonna be the Bucks going away. I think the Bucks.
Yeah, you think so? I think it's
Yeah,
going to
the
be a
Bucks
tighter
just
race,
have the
man. I think it's going to be
man.
a
The
tighter
Bucks
race.
to me, the Bucks got the most complete team. Like you gotta think about this. The Bucks' third receiver could be a number one, Emeka Ibuka
Yeah.
from Ohio State. Like, go listen to what Teddy Bridgewater said about him. He was like, "Yo, who is that?" He's like, "That's a number 3." What? They have 2 running backs. They have if Tristan Wirfs is healthy, they have the best O line in the division.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they have the best defense in the division. And they had a quarterback that threw 40 plus touchdowns last year, bro. So I think it could be them going away. Again, we have no idea who Michael Penix is, bro. Like we did the breakdown. He is old school. He's YOLO. Somebody is down there somewhere.
Gunslinger.
He is. That ball could go to my team. That ball could go to your team. That ball could send somebody to the hospital. That ball could be in the middle of the grass. Who knows? It's equal opportunity. Rated E for everybody. Right? So I think it'll be the Bucks going away, in my opinion. But again, I didn't think Baker Mayfield would be a top 10 quarterback last year, bro. So who knows? You never know. You never know. So I'll say this, man. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Open mind if you're still in the chat. I just added you. Don't run from the smoke. You feel me? You getting on the pod
We'll
next
have
week,
you on,
bro.
brother. We'll have a good
We
discussion.
will have you on and have a good discussion, bro. One thing about us, we don't gatekeep. We give everybody the opportunity to speak their mind, bro. So the invitation is open for you or anybody. And with that, man, we will see y'all next week, man. Deuces.
Doses.